everyone. Welcome to the Now and Then Some podcast with Robin and Kaley. I'm your host, Robin.
And I'm your other host, Kaley.
And here we talk about everything from now and then.
And then some.
In comfy clothes.
Yes, comfy clothes. Love it.
Comfy clothes for Thanksgiving, which was yesterday when you listen to this.
When you listen to this, it will have been yesterday.
So probably most of you have comfy clothes on right now because you ate a lot of food.
That will be me. I can say that for sure.
I'll probably be rocking this exact same outfit on Friday.
Love it.
All right. So what are we talking about this week besides food?
We are going to talk about food.
Yeah,
we'll get to that, though. I need to talk about my weekend binge that I had.
Okay.
I'm afraid to say this because I think you're going to be mad because I could have been binging Love Island games, which I did get through a lot.
I finished it last night, but we'll get there.
I did not, but I got through a lot.
Okay.
But I had to binge something else because it's now my obsession right now.
What?
I binged all of the Hunger Games movies this weekend.
Nice.
All of them, Robin.
I love that for you.
Because of the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I read it. I've been talking about it. I've looked up the trailers. I've seen all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's like my whole timeline now. And I try to skip over the clips that are like showing the movie because, you know, it's out now. People post stuff. So I try to skip over. Even though I read the book, I know what happens.
Right.
But I'm trying not to see the whole movie on my social media.
Actually really funny. You definitely know what happens.
I do, but I don't want to see the whole movie on my social media because we're going to go see it. But anyways, so I've just been like, okay, now I need to rewatch all the Hunger Games. So I watched all 4 movies.
Nice.
They are just the best.
They hold up.
Yes, they hold up. When I look at like movies series, it's up there for me.
It's definitely up there. I watched Mockingjay somewhat recently. That's the second one? No, whatever the second one is.
Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2. So which one did you watch?
Oh, the one with the dress and the fire. Is that
That's
not
Mockingjay?
Oh, dang it.
No.
I watched
Robin.
whichever one that one is.
That would be Catching Fire.
Catching Fire.
That's the best one.
Hello, it's in the title.
Hello.
That's the one that,
That's the second one. That's the best one.
Yeah.
By far. I can confirm as I just watched all 4.
So good.
So yeah, I binged the Hunger Games. And I would just like to say that I've always been, and I stand by Team PETA.
Really?
And I know Liam Hemsworth is Gale, but like from a character perspective, the sweetness, the kindness factor, the caring about her factor, I'm all in on PETA. I still am.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that also on my social media, a lot of videos have been popping up or like memes that are like, whatever you do, don't fall in love with Corio in the new movie. Remember, he killed Finnick.
Remember he's President Snow.
Yes, he's evil. He killed Finnick. Whatever you do. Because everyone's obsessing over Tom Blythe or whatever who's playing him.
Do you follow Pass the Puss, the guy who does like
my God, yes. He's so funny.
Jake
Shane?
Did you see the ones where he's like PETA and Katniss playing Never Have I Ever?
No.
Or like there's Never Have I Ever and there's some other party game that they play. And he's like, never have I ever gotten food out of the trash, like burnt bread out of the trash, and Katniss gets all mad and he's like, what? It's how we met. It's how we met.
I gotta watch that one because I'm telling you, every Hunger Games video and everything is all over my timelines and I'm not mad about it. I'm zero mad about it.
Well, hopefully it my algorithm picks it up now because I want that content.
I'm trying to put it out there for you because it will change your life. And then also I have to talk about the funniest Hunger Games video, and I don't know why this tickled me so much, but it really did. Okay. Have you seen the TikToks where it's like you have to rank them for something? There's like 10 spots and it has the little character filter above your head and then you have to place them in the spots. So it was like how good they would be in bed was the category. Funny. And it was Hunger Games characters. And Gale popped up and this girl, without skipping a beat, taking a breath, oh no, not the Prim Reaper. Oh my God, Robin, I died. I don't know why. I had never heard that before. Yeah. Just literally died and she like put him immediately to the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, this is the funniest thing ever. But that whole video was just so funny. Her talking about like Beatty, you know, he probably, you know, knows the anatomy of a woman really well because he's really smart. But he's like, very smart. Does he even have time for you? Like if you're not a machine with wires, does he even care? Like, oh my God, I'll have to send it to you. It was so funny. So anyways, that was my weekend binge. It's all of my social media and I'm not mad.
We'll put the link in the description.
Yes.
So people can easily find the ones that we were talking about.
Yes.
Okay. Love it. So the only thing that I brought to talk about is kind of an and then, but I want to talk about it now.
Okay.
I'm rewatching Friends from the beginning.
Oh, I love
like,
that.
Instead of skipping around, you know, or seeing clips, I'm like, I'm just going to start on episode 1 and watch all the way through.
Have you ever
Yeah.
Okay.
But just not in a while. I've just caught them here and there.
Yeah.
And I don't watch cable as much anymore. So I had to really make an effort to go find it and watch it. Most of my friends' consumption over the past few years has just been on social media. And so the other night I was watching clip after clip after clip. I was going and finding bloopers. And then I was like, why don't I just watch this? So I am. There's a certain 22-year-old friend of mine who had never seen it. And they started from the beginning. And they are on the 3rd season. And I was like, damn, when's the last time I watched it all the way through?
Yeah.
And so I had some thoughts as I was watching it. Studio audiences. Can you imagine being in the audience during the pivot
I would have died. Died.
They have so many bloopers from that.
I know. I've seen so many.
So many bloopers. That would have been...
What would I give to go back in time and be in a studio audience for any friends?
For any friends, yeah.
Any episode. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I've watched that through... Because I literally will finish it, Robin, and then I will
restart it. I meant to say that at the start. This is Kaylee's favorite show.
It's my favorite show. So
that's why it's such
a
big deal that I'm rewatching it. I mean, I've definitely seen it all multiple times, but not in the...
I watched 2 episodes today over lunch, actually. If we're talking about it, I literally watched 2 episodes today over lunch.
I said that...
It was the one where Chandler's, or Rachel's boss handcuffs Chandler in her office.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one I watched over lunch.
That's a great one.
So, yeah.
I wrote down when I was watching it that being in the studio audience during that scene would become my entire personality. Like I would just...
It would be like the story you want to tell.
I would lead with it.
Yes, any excuse to tell it.
Also, it made me think you and I missed a great opportunity with the couch that you are sitting on right now. Because our men carried that couch up my stairs, that twist.
Why did we not film this and make it a pivot
twist,
moment?
But that
we could have made this a whole moment.
This could have been a moment with pivot.
We're kind of the worst.
Yeah. So we'll just have to ask them to take the couch out of here, take the legs off again, take it out of here so we can recreate the pivot.
Well, I love that you're rewatching it, and I think that every episode as you're rewatching, you should bring something that stuck out to you or like a funny episode you watched. That would make me happy.
I will. I'm also trying to commit little things to memory in case a Friends trivia moment happens.
I will tell you right now, you're not going to get me with a Friends trivia question. I'm going to get the answer. I've seen it so many times.
Yeah. Well, if we ever find a Friends trivia that we can go to, I'd like to be able to pull my weight.
Fair enough. At the Wing Bar, since we're not no free plugs, they did one time and it made my whole day. And I'll never forget this. They did a whole round on Friends trivia.
Wow.
Cleaned house. It wasn't even. I literally looked at the table and I said, "Everyone, shut up." And let me do my thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't want any of your commentary.
Right.
Just let me write the answers down.
Yep.
And I literally wrote all 10 down, got them all right.
Let the expert. Love that for you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shall we get into the now or the and then?
And then.
Okay.
Okay. My and then is building forts.
Building forts.
Okay. I was like, I hope that y'all
inside
used
or
to
outside?
Do this.
Inside, right?
Well, inside.
Yeah.
With the blankets
Oh, yeah.
and whatever you could find around the house to like prop it up on or use a hair tie or a scrunchie to put it on the part of a chair.
Grab all the chip clips.
Yes, the chip clips. Oh my gosh, the amount of forts that we used to build.
So fun.
And we would have them going down like the hallway.
Oh, nice.
We would have like almost like different rooms of the fort, so it became like a tunnel throughout the whole upstairs of a house.
Bring all your stuff in there, make your little area.
We had our own rooms inside the mansion of forts that we built. I mean,
the worst part was breaking them down, though.
Yes, or when your parents were like, you have to break this down. This looks awful. Like companies coming over. I'm like, come on.
It's been up for a week.
Come on.
My kids still like building forts. I don't think they've quite figured out the, architectural structure.
Is it something they do regularly or no?
They'll go through phases.
Okay.
It's a good in a pinch. Like, hey, why don't y'all build a fort if they're kind of not getting along?
Fair enough.
One time, though, my grandma had the best cushions for a fort in her, front sitting room. She had one of these old-timey couches with this green and white, lattice pattern. They were so pretty. But the couch cushions were very structural, very geometric.
Okay.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but the ends of them were flat and had almost like a pentagon type of a shape. It had multiple sides. It wasn't just four.
Okay.
And so they could stand up on their own, and they were about 4 feet high. So those made great pillars
walls
for the structure.
Yeah.
But one time, because we would just go into the linen closet and get whatever.
Totally.
And one time she got so mad at us because we used her really good tablecloth.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
And that was the only time I can remember my grandma getting mad at me. And it was, I was like, I promise I'll never do it again. So yeah, forts are awesome.
Yep. That's my and then.
My and then is just adding on to last week. I forgot to mention Smarter Child.
Okay, this sounds familiar to me, but I cannot place it.
So it was like an AI chatbot in AOL Instant Messenger. Before AI was AI.
Okay, that's ringing a bell for me.
Yeah, it was in everyone's friends list. I think you could remove it, but it was just there by default on everyone's friends list, and you could talk to it, and it would talk back and answer questions and
I do remember
all that fun stuff.
I do remember that.
Yeah, so that was my addition to my.
I like that. All right, should we get into the now?
Yep, and let's let my dog in because she's whining at the door.
Okay.
Well, now that the real star of the podcast, Buggy, is here, front and center today, we are going to get into the now, starting with Love Island games. Yes.
Okay, so I know you're finished, so just bear with me, but I got through episode 14.
I wish I wouldn't have watched the finale last night. Whenever it was over, I was like screaming at the computer, like, I'm so mad that I watched that because I cannot talk to Kaley about it.
Yeah,
I should have held off.
This sucks.
I didn't realize when I started it was the finale, and then I couldn't stop.
I told you that I was not going to be done.
I know.
But it's fine.
We're talking about episodes 5 through 14.
6 through
14.
6 through 14.
Okay,
so
I have my
spoiler alert if you have not watched.
Spoiler if you have not watched.
Yeah.
And you should watch if you haven't watched.
Okay, so 6, I have Georgia and Eyal show up. Mm-hmm. So that was what big thing happened on 6.
Yep.
Eyal is Megan's ex, which...
I love Eyal.
He is a little cutie pie. When he smiles, my heart just kind of pitter-patters a little bit.
His curls are curling.
Yes, he's got curly hair, but when he smiles, I swear, my heart just... He's a little cutie. Not Megan trying to literally mack on him and him being like...
She's like, should we kiss?
And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. The ex dynamic always brings a interesting dynamic to the show.
Yeah. I don't know exactly which episodes mine are until I get to a little bit later. So I'm just going to randomly discuss things, and hopefully I'm not getting too far ahead of you. But is that anything else you want to say about episode 6?
No.
Okay. Did you get to the part where Toby said that Sully was fake?
Yes.
That was so rude. And I also thought
it was like completely out of nowhere. Like, I never once got that vibe.
Yeah, and he just doubles down on it. Like, what?
I know. I was all in on them.
Yeah, and once you label someone as that in this type of a realm, you're kind of forever known as being that thing.
Right.
Like, if a girl is fake or a boy is fake, but a guy can be a low down dirty dog like Johnny, and yet still everybody loves him.
On the Johnny.
No, oh my gosh, I have this whole like thought process of just. I don't think it happens till a little bit later though. So,
Oh yeah, he's a mess.
Yeah,
a mess and a half.
He is terrible.
Yep.
Yeah, and then I also wrote Soul Ties is crazy because Soul Ties is still crazy.
Soul Ties.
Remember the little upstairs area and the U.S. one? They're like, Soul Ties is crazy.
Yes, I was like, what are you talking about?
So many times I wrote down Soul Ties is crazy because people still get up to no good up there.
Yep, that is where the sneaky stuff goes down.
Did you watch Unseen Bits?
I kind of skimmed through it.
Callum and Liberty on Unseen Bits.
No, Callum and Liberty on anything. I'm sorry. They're just so entertaining. Funny. They're both hilarious. Yeah. They play off each other so well. I love how like pure their friendship is. Yeah. I thought Callum treated her very well, even though he friend zoned her. Like he still has the utmost respect for her.
Speaking of friend zoning, did you watch them in the Hideaway? Was that on one of the episodes? They were so funny.
I died.
That was quality television. I would watch a show with just
She's like,
the two of them.
I guess I'm going to put on my lingerie to go to the Hideaway, even though it's with Callum.
And then they all died laughing.
This is hilarious.
So funny.
Callum, I need him on my screen as much as possible because he's just entertaining for me. Let's see what else I have on here.
I said, does Courtney's top lip move at all?
She's tough for me.
I can't stand her.
Okay. I'm glad you said it. I was going to say it, but I was like, is this harsh?
Yeah. I said I'm out on her. Yeah, I can't
get on board
stand
with
her
that.
and her
That's
fake
pretty
teeth.
wild that literally she gets up there to pick Johnny and she's like, he told me that he was waiting for me to come in here, which he did say that. And then Jess was like, jaw drop, which I'm not a big fan of Jess either. But also that probably would have been hard to hear when he's not telling you any of that. And then Courtney just does that. And she's like, I'd rather, I wrote down the quote. I'd rather pick a good friend than a lying snake. Or I'd recouple with a good friend than a lying snake.
Yeah, Jess really just lets it all fly.
Yeah.
Any chance she can. She's
Again,
like, here I go.
Not the biggest fan of her, but Johnny is bad.
Yeah, Johnny's terrible.
The heart rate challenge. I love the heart rate challenge. Every season, it's my favorite challenge. This one was interesting because they did it as couples.
Yeah, and they really, I wrote, Selling and y'all went all out.
They all went all out.
So awkward.
No, Robin, they all went all out. Every single one of them was not holding back. Usually
Which I appreciate that because I also I like that nobody took the shit personally for once.
Yes.
They just all went in on it. They knew it was a challenge. It's a game.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I could watch that all day long, which it is a little uncomfy, but I kind of love it at the same time. Like, it's just, it's all in good fun.
Yeah,
all in good fun.
That's when I make sure that my kids are nowhere near whenever I'm watching it.
Oh, no, you can't. These people are getting it.
Yeah. I wrote Corduroy. Sometimes I call him Corduroy. Sometimes I call him Paddington. I believe his name is Carrollton. Carrington.
Oh my God. Robin.
I could not get over him kissing with his eyes open.
Oh, that's creepy.
And then someone called him out on it finally.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I do that sometimes. What is wrong with you?
So yeah, I wrote, bye, Corduroy and Kira.
Carrington and Kira. Kira's beautiful, by the way.
She is very beautiful.
To make that a note out
Justice
there.
for Kira.
Justice for Kira.
All
yeah,
right.
they did go home. Kim showed up.
Kim.
With Laura. Kim.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was picturing a female
for
Kim.
the
Yeah,
for the challenge.
The challenge, yeah, that was a great challenge.
I was like, oh my God, Kim! I forgot all about Kim. When they got Callum and Liberty come back from the hideaway and mix up all the
they mixed
couples.
up all the
that
couples.
Was wild.
Yep,
and then they're both in the bottom.
I know they've never done that before. They've never mixed everybody up like that before,
never
and allowed one couple to choose what all the other 6 couples are going to be.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And then they dropped in the 6 bombshells.
Yes, Tina, Mitch, Deb, Scott, Zeta, and Aurelia.
Yeah, I've been calling her Ari because somebody called her that once.
Let's
but
call
yeah,
her
it's
Ari.
Aurelia. She's from Germany.
Yeah, they're Tina and Mitch is hilarious because
it's their 3rd time.
It's their 3rd time together. They won Love Island Australia, then they came on back on another season of Love Island Australia and got back together, and now they're back on here.
Yeah, and then of course Scott, it's his 3rd.
Scott's like, I'll be on any season.
I said, Scott, you just need to Homer Simpson it into the bushes and disappear from Love Island. 3 is too many.
Oh, he's like, oh, there's a Love Island. I'll go on.
Yeah.
That's his philosophy.
Yep. I love Zeta, though. I had to look up her and
cute.
Timmy. I was sad that they broke up.
I was like, I guess her and Timmy broke up.
Yep.
There's my update.
And I love Deb from the USA. She's like, Deb is to the USA as Liberty is to the UK in my mind.
Yes. And I need to say this because I quoted this from Callum because, again, anything Callum does is just gold. He said, Deb, the absolute pocket rocket 2-stroker poker. And what are you saying?
They are really cute.
It was in his little diary confessional. Yeah. And he was like, Deb, the absolute pocket rocket 2-stroker poker. I was like, okay, cute. Callum.
I love it.
So yeah, and then Liberty went home. They did the duel.
That was a great duel.
Great duel. Liberty went home, which I was sad about.
Me too. But also took it well.
She took it well. She wasn't making any connections. I get it. Mm-hmm. Jack was talking some shit. Woo! I was like,
I was scared. But as soon as he won and Justine ran up and jumped on him, that was so
well, Mike
cute.
Looking at Justine and saying, hey, Justine, say goodbye. I was like,
yeah.
Buddy.
Yeah, you talk a big talk for someone who's about to lose to Jack. Like, I would definitely temper my comments there. This is on national TV.
Here's the thing. I'm all for being confident, but that's where you take it too far when you literally
look at their partner and say that.
Yeah, and you don't know if you're going to win. So, don't put yourself out there like that, dude.
For real.
But I was very happy that Jack won. If Jack would have gone home, I would have cried, one.
Yeah,
and I would have been highly upset.
And probably Justine would have left, too.
Yes, 100%. Mm-hmm. Again, I'm all in on Justine and Jack. I don't know what happens.
Yeah,
but
I love them.
Up to 14, I'm all in.
Yeah,
I was all in from episode 1. I'm still all in.
Yeah, same.
So I think that was
the challenge I was talking about, by the way. That was like a real challenge.
It's definitely more... where the blindfold, though, makes it not the challenge.
Right.
Because the challenge, they would be literally... they have one just like that, but you're not blindfolded. It's just wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And you have to unhook. So it's not just pulling a flag. You have to literally unhook. And they roll around in the mud.
Yeah, they go hard.
Yeah. Which I'm going to talk about that one of these days.
One of these days.
I will.
Okay.
All right. So that's all I had on Love Island Games.
Okay. So let's go on to the Golden Batch.
The Golden Batch.
Fantasy Suites. We land right in Costa Rica. Yeah. It's gorgeous. There's a volcano in their backyard.
Love me some Costa Rica.
Oh my gosh. It was gorgeous. I just have to say, the amount of times that Gary said the word intimacy.
Okay. I wrote that down as well because...
Why did he have to say it?
Why do you have to say it like that? Also, I'm like, if you're not going to... Here's my thing, Robin. If you're not going to tell us what happened, I get it. That's your own business. Right. It's not our business. We're nosy. We want to know. But it's your business. But then don't say intimacy 50 times.
No. And he goes, and Gary goes, I would like for you to define intimacy for me. And Jesse goes,
sexual.
Yeah, sexual.
That was so funny.
And Gary's like, that's the first time you've ever looked away from me. And then I wrote, the opportunity to be physically intimate with someone, I can't describe an importance to it. Imagine your grandpa saying that on national TV.
Yep.
No.
Like, it's just...
Grandpa, we know it. You don't have to say it.
That's it. Saying is like...
Insinuate.
We don't...
No.
Say it once at the beginning of the episode, and then don't say it again.
Yeah. And did you get a jump scare when right after that they switched to the shot of Gary shirtless in an outdoor bathtub?
No, but I was like, what is this
And then they
shot?
never showed them again?
I literally went, what is this shot? But I didn't get a jump scare. But
I was like, whoa. And then they never showed it. Like, what
No.
What are we doing?
But I did like Gary in the little Hawaiian.
The little Hawaiian outfit.
That was the first thing I wrote down. Gare Bear in the Hawaiian. Because that was the first shot of him was talking to Jesse, and he was in a little Hawaiian, and I loved it.
So cute.
Uh-huh.
So Leslie gets there, hits him with the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift, jump on me, kiss me move.
Okay, but hold on. Before we get into that, I want to say one thing that he said at the beginning before he goes on the date with Leslie. Even the way he was talking about Teresa at the beginning, he was like, she's safe and secure. And I was like, there it is. Yep. We're missing what I've been talking about this whole time. Like, even the way he was talking about him before the date started, I was like, this is just backing up my thoughts.
Yeah, but again, give Gary a magical setting, little romance thrown in there, and he changes his tune real quick.
He's telling everyone everything. I'll get to that. Okay, go on. Yes, she jumps all over him. So
and
cute.
Then they endangered the old people's lives yet again.
Robin, I wrote down. Hold on. Let me.
170 feet they repelled.
I said, oh, Robin's going to have some thoughts about this one. That's literally what I wrote down because they're like, rappel down a 180-foot waterfall.
And she was like getting in the water. I was so nervous for her when the waterfall was like,
why are you putting her on the waterfall side? Like, give her...
That was very scary.
Yeah.
But he was so sweet, so reassuring for her.
Of course.
So proud of her.
And I was proud of her for doing it. I always am proud of people because I get people are going to be scared of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like, they
did the damn thing.
They do it.
And now they have a story to tell. I'm like, you already had a story to tell,
but plenty of stories to tell, but yes.
Add one to the list, I suppose.
Then I died when they went to dinner and she was like, when's the last time you had sex?
Yep, that was funny. She said, when's the last time? And he said, by myself or with someone.
I was like, oh, Gary.
That was funny.
Again, I'm thinking, that's a grandpa. Okay.
Yep. Yep, definitely. I think that we answered our question about Leslie's past with all that she was saying about, being
having hurt and
being abandoned.
Yeah.
And I think she just had really bad guys that she was with that treated her like crap.
Him telling her that she's the one. I'm like, bro, you're breaking the rules.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, you already did the I love you to multiple women, then you sent Faith home after saying you love her.
Yeah.
Now you're going to break another rule and tell Leslie she's the one?
Yeah, it's like Mike saying that Jack's gonna go home on like you can't be saying these things.
You can't
you cannot predict the future.
Which I love Gary, but I'm like, you cannot be saying you're the one when it's not the time to say you're the one. I didn't love that.
I didn't appreciate that. He said it was very weird to have an intimate date with one woman, then go spend the next day with another.
Back to back is brutal.
Yeah, getting much more difficult to compartmentalize. Of course it is. Of course it is.
The back-to-back,
I felt really bad that Teresa had to go hang out with him the next morning and he was not in the right headspace because he had just spent the night with Leslie.
You can't blame him for that.
No.
Because why back-to-back? Give him a one-day break.
Yeah, give the man a break.
Let him get some rest because it didn't sound like he was getting a lot of rest.
Totally. Let the man take a nap.
Seriously.
Let Gary nap.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't really write down much about Teresa's date. I thought it was fine.
I wrote down that it was lacking the passion.
Yeah.
As I've been saying, again,
the
passion is missing with them. She is so sweet. Like, she is
sweet.
And I think they get along, but and
they have shared experiences.
Right. And I think like Gary he likes that she knows how he's feeling and understands if he gets upset about that every now and then, as does she. But again, your forever person, the passion.
Gotta have the passion.
I'm sorry.
So we'll see how it goes. That's why there were 3 more episodes, because Thanksgiving, no episodes. So the next one is the last one.
Yeah, I was like, so that made me feel a little better that we're not dragging it out another 2.
Yep. Okay.
We're getting a proposal, baby.
I mean, we could be eating crow, and it's definitely going to be Teresa. I mean,
if
I don't know.
If it's Teresa, I'm going to be happy for them.
Yeah.
If you want my prediction, it's Leslie.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so fantasy football this week, I was playing against Julie, who I recommended. I did forget to say something on the audio. I added it to the YouTube, but Julie Mino, Mino, also does home design plans and basically making people's places look cool with art and design. So I was playing her again. I started out Thursday with Lamar Jackson. going off for almost 24 points.
Don't I know it, because I was playing against my dad who had him.
Yep. And we were about within 1 to 2% of the proj, even after that.
Thursday? Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I was really monitoring A-Chan, really monitoring him. Finally on Saturday, they listed him as active. Yep. So when I put him in, we'll get to that. Which when I put him in, our projects were tied to the decimal point.
Oh my.
So it was very exciting. All of my players, except for Jackson, obviously, and then Butker, who was Monday, played at noon.
Oh God.
So it was
a lot of stress at one time.
Very stressful. It was hard. I felt like I was octoboxing it the whole time.
Yep.
And then A-Chan got another knee injury and went out with 0.5 points.
I saw that and I was like, oh, Robin.
Yeah. I knew it was a risk, but I've been waiting. I've been waiting to activate him. So Dallas D crushed. Jameer Gibbs really, really performed. She had McCaffrey. So
always a good thing.
She had Pollard and Prescott combo. She had Kittle.
Skittle Kittle,
so
as I call him.
Yeah. So she really, that was like, throughout the day.
Yep.
So I was losing going into Monday night.
Yep.
And from Butker, I needed at least 2 extra points or 1 field goal. I was down by 1.8 points. So I won.
Yay! I was like, is she going to tell me if she won or lost?
Yes. So Congrats. I won. I have thank you. I have oh my gosh, now it's 2-minute warning. Oh my gosh, now the next drive. I have play by play of how much of a nail biter, because it was okay, now they're getting in the red zone, and then Mahomes throws a freaking interception. Sorry. And then and then it's 2-minute warning, and it's cold and rainy, and I was like, am I about to not get 2 whole points out of Butker? So 6th win in a row.
Woo, girl!
And tied for first. So yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Happy for you.
Thank you. What about you?
Okay, so I was playing my darling dad this week, and Aaron Jones. I played Aaron Jones. I also have Aaron Jones backup A.J. Dillon for the Packers. Aaron Jones is questionable every single week. Every single week, he's questionable.
Love that.
But the 1 or 2 times he hasn't played, I always plays backup A.J. Dillon, so it's all good. Well, he was supposed to be fine, so I put him in. Gets injured in the second quarter, so he got me 3 points, which is really low in my high-scoring league, as you know. So 3 points, he's out, and I was like, this would happen when I'm playing my dad, because my dad is my kryptonite, usually. So going into Monday night, and he had Lamar and Eckler, and so going into Monday night...
I also have Eckler.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
I had a 37% chance of winning going into Monday, because I had Patrick and Patty Pie and Pacheco playing for me, and my dad had AJ Brown on the Eagles.
Nate was playing against Pacheco and Mahomes and won.
He won. So I had Patrick and Pacheco. My dad had AJ Brown. I was down 40 points maybe going into Monday, and so I needed the 2 of them to score 40 more than AJ Brown. You know what I mean? It was this weird thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, Jalen, just don't throw it to AJ Brown. I don't give a crap if the Eagles win or what they do. Just do not throw it to AJ Brown.
Yep.
I really don't care about anything else. And I needed Patty Pie to have a game. Patty Pie, in fact, did not have a game.
He did not have a game.
Pacheco was solid, which Pacheco has been solid. Thank God. He's, as the broadcasters like to say,
a workhorse.
Violent runner. I'm okay.
Violent.
He's violent, but he did well. So I came out on top. I beat my dad by 3 points.
Oh my gosh.
I can only imagine he's not the happiest camper right now.
Nope.
It was close. It came down to the literal wire. The only reason I won is because Jalen only threw to AJ Brown 1 time.
Wow.
The whole game.
Wow.
So I won.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So I won. I am also tied for first in my league.
Awesome.
So that's very exciting. I want to make a comment on Patrick not doing well. I have Herbert on my bench, who went off for me last week because Patrick was on bye.
Yeah.
And I'm like, should I be playing freaking Justin Herbert over Patrick Mahomes? Because Patrick Mahomes has not been solid.
Yeah.
So I'm considering it. I'm going to look at the matchup.
Okay.
But it is a good backup option for me because Patrick just hasn't been good. And Travis Kelce was left to his own devices because Taylor couldn't come.
Yeah.
And it showed because my man fumbled. My man had 2 drops and it was hurting me. So I was not happy about that. So we need to get Miss Queen Taylor back over here for the games because helps my fantasy team as well.
Absolutely.
So I just need to make that.
Okay.
Okay.
Put it out there in the universe.
That's it for me.
Okay.
All right. What are we doing next?
Next up, we have a fun segment.
Woo!
All right, since Thanksgiving was yesterday, we have a quick fun segment before we do our other main segment for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And I was just thinking about how people always say things that they're thankful for, and I thought maybe we should say things that we're unthankful for. So this is a joke. We know we come from a place of privilege here.
Yeah.
So
and I'm very thankful for a lot of things.
Yes, very thankful for a lot of things.
But I'm still allowed to be annoyed by a couple things every now and then.
Yes. So I'm just going to rapid fire you some, and then you can do yours, and then I'll finish with mine.
Okay.
People messaging you, hey, or hi, Robin, or can you call me real quick? With no context.
Ooh, the
hey hanging.
The anxious.
Yes. I've told my dad not to text me and to say, please call me. Because I think something terrible has happened.
Instant bad.
Yeah. Yep.
Totally.
Being woken up. Can't stand it.
Okay.
When I want to sleep.
Okay.
When I take forever fighting to open a package and then realize that I did it the wrong way and there was a much easier way that I could have opened the package. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
When you want to be cozy, so you put on cozy clothes and robe and comfy socks, and then you get hot, and then you can't get the cozy clothes off fast enough.
Yeah, I run hot.
Yeah.
I run a little hotter than most, I feel like. Mm-hmm. So the comfy clothes are tough for me.
Yeah. Being startled by everyday sounds and or mundane bugs. It's just annoying.
Okay.
It's not a great way to live, I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay, what are yours?
I have when you get in an Uber and they don't have the AC on, or they don't have AC, like it doesn't
that's
work.
The worst.
Robin, I get car sick. I can't be having that.
No.
Okay?
And it's awkward.
And it's awkward. I'm like, hey, can you turn the AC on? Oh, it doesn't work. Excuse me?
Or they turn it on and it's like...
Yeah, blowing warm air. And I'm like, there should be a requirement for Uber drivers that their AC has
like
to work.
Like a thing on the app that you say, this must
and I
work.
should get a warning.
Yeah.
They don't have AC. Next.
Okay. What's your next one?
My next one is when waiters or waitresses are just rude right off the bat, like out of nowhere. I get it. We all have tough days. We all have our moods that we're in. But your job is customer service. I'm not saying you need to be totally nicey nice, great.
And then you feel like you have to kind of like grovel to them.
Yes.
Like, I'm so sorry to bother you.
I'm like, just don't be rude. Just don't be an asshole.
As someone who was a waitress for forever, a barista, that's not the most fun thing in the world. But they're looking for tips. Like, again, you think a little politeness would go a long way here.
Okay, let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. If a waiter or waitress is rude, do you still tip?
Yes.
Me too.
Okay, those are good ones. Healthcare in America. No further notes needed. Moving right along.
Check.
Target's self-checkout cameras. Very unthankful for those.
I hate them and I want to never see myself in them again.
Second only to seeing yourself in the mirror at the salon. Have you seen that meme where it's like you're like a lizard? Like when your hair's like wet before they've fixed it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of like when they do me nice and I look in the
mid process.
Okay, fair.
Hitting no, feeling like I have to hit no at the gas pump when they ask me if I want a receipt, because my dad, I hear him in my head telling me that I always have to hit no or someone could steal my credit card information, even though that's not true. I just stand there and wait for it to ask, and then I hit no.
Every single time.
Yes.
Why is that ingrained? Why is that ingrained in my brain?
It's just going to time out.
I can't step away.
Yeah.
I'm literally like, well, I guess I'm in a
live
hurry,
here now.
but I will stay here.
And then my last one, when TV shows are too dark, and also when shows or movies don't level their sound, and all of a sudden a loud scene happens, and it's like very jarring.
You have to turn it up to hear them talk, but then action happens, and you're like, oh,
Can't
God.
stand it. Mm-hmm. And on podcasts when their commercials are really loud.
Yes.
I know I'm no one to talk with audio.
With the way that we're on
a
trying
roller coaster with that, but yep. Okay, that's what I'm unthankful for.
Great unthankfuls.
Thank you.
Okay, so what's our real Thanksgiving segment?
Okay, so the next one is going to be our food tier list.
Our Thanksgiving
food tier list.
We're about to tier out these babies.
Yes, this is something we are thankful for, is delicious food.
So thankful.
So we've got some foods that we've listed out, but we didn't decide on the names, and I told you I was just going to tell you live.
I want to hear these tier list
names.
This
just came to me. It's not perfect. We can workshop it later if we need to change it before we post our list. Okay. 4 tiers. Bottom one, trash.
Okay.
Top one, smash.
Okay.
Second one, pass. That to me.
Okay. Very cute. Love.
And the third one I struggled with, but third place is last resort.
Okay.
So like it's the last thing you put on your plate. Maybe you have a little space. It finally makes its way around you and you're like, I'll try a little, see if I like it this year.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So smash, pass it this way.
Okay.
Last resort, and trash.
Okay.
Okay. First up, in no particular order.
Great. Let's do this.
Oh, and we're not going to have to agree on these.
Yeah, because I have a feeling we're not going to agree. So
that's fine.
That's great.
All right.
But we have to have at least one or two in each tier.
Yeah.
Okay, I agree.
All right. Should we start with the heavy hitters?
Yeah.
Baked ham.
Are you a ham or turkey gal?
Both.
I know we have turkey on here too, but like both?
Yeah, I'll probably go for turkey before I'll go for ham,
Me
if
too.
I'm being honest.
Me too.
That's something I want the first pass at because I want to get the good pieces. I'm really weird about meat.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm a sides gal through and through. Now, of course, I know I need to eat some protein, so I put just a little bit.
Yeah, if it's juicy, I'm going to get a pretty big chunk, but if it's dried out, meh.
Okay, ham, I'm going to go last resort.
Okay. Ham, I'm going to go pass that to me.
Okay.
And turkey, I'm going to go last resort.
Well, you just said you would take turkey over ham.
That's true. I did say that.
Because I'm going to put turkey and pass that to me.
Okay, we can
I'm
agree
going to
on.
put ham in last resort.
Done.
I'll eat them.
Yep.
But I'm picking turkey over ham.
Okay, same.
Great.
Gravy. Trash.
Oh my
Trash.
gosh. I will slather it on my plate.
I thought you were going to say I will slap you across the face.
I want to slather it across all the things on my plate. I want it on my
white or brown
dressing. I'm a brown gravy gal.
I'll mess with the brown gravy, but I will not mess with the white gravy.
I will mess with any gravy. Just gravy it up, sister.
Nope.
So that for me is a smash.
I can appreciate that it adds moisture to
Can't
the
believe
food.
you just trashed gravy.
Yeah,
so you
I'd
eat
rather
all your food dry up there.
Butter and salt.
Girl.
Tons of butter.
Okay.
Green bean casserole. I don't do onions, so
I
have a special relationship with green bean
I'm gonna
casserole.
go trash.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my thing, Robin. I'll just be very honest. I put everything on my plate.
Do you mix it all together, or do you eat one thing at a time? Like in a bite, will you do multiple things on the fork?
Depends on what it is. Yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. I am just one of those people that even if it's not my favorite thing, I will get the smallest little on my plate to say that I did and to honor the person that baked it.
Totally.
So green bean casserole, I get this little bit on my plate.
Yeah, I get a normal amount, but it's not like I'm craving it. My husband will do, and his friend, they have this thing where they make everything into a sandwich. So they get the roll, they pretty much put everything on there. Next day leftovers, slot bucket, mix it all together.
That's what I do the next day. Leftovers, I make the sandwich out of all the goods.
I'm putting green bean on last resort.
Okay, I'm putting it on trash.
Okay. Stuffing and or dressing, also, what is the difference? I do not know.
I couldn't tell you, but I love it.
Not for me. I'm going trash. I won't even put it on my plate.
Okay, I'm going to do...
Unless it looks unique and I'm like, ooh.
I'm going to do pass it to me.
Oh, okay.
Pass it to me because I like it. And it was some gravy on there, girl.
Yeah. It's a nice binder. I can appreciate that for like, you know?
Yeah, sure.
Sucks up all the other stuff on your
love
plate.
It. Okay.
On that note, I would definitely put mashed potatoes over stuffing.
Okay, mashed potatoes are going on smash for me.
Yeah, smash.
Because any type of potato is going on smash for me. And again, add the gravy to it.
I just need a simple butter, a salt, a pepper. But if you got some fun take on it, I'll take a fun take on a potato. I just don't want like the skins in there. I don't want you to try some fun thing and it's supposed to be fried and it's not crispy. Like I don't like a potato wedge. So either go all the way mashed or crispy, crispy, crispy.
Love.
Okay, so those are in smash. What about sweet potatoes?
Depends on the way you do them. So if it's sweet, trash.
Yes,
for me.
Agreed.
I am not a marshmallow cinnamon stuff on there. No.
Me neither. I don't mind like a little light candied nut topping.
That's fine.
A little breadcrumb cinnamon mix up.
Yeah.
But get those marshmallows and that sticky
if
whatever.
If it's sweet, it's trash.
Agreed.
If it's savory,
yes,
I like it. So I might pass it to me.
Yeah, I might pass it to me for savory.
Because I love like a baked sweet
My
potato.
friend Betty was talking about how she makes them like little hash browns with like rosemary and sage.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Okay, cranberry sauce.
Again, one of those things that it's not my favorite, but I put it on the plate because I feel like
even if it's from a can.
I don't even know if I've ever had it from a can.
Okay, then yeah, trash.
I'll
put it on my plate to be polite, and I'll try one little bite.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on
last
resort because it's going on my plate, and I do like it on the leftover sandwiches the next day with my turkey.
Yeah, it's
in
nice.
a roll with
a
a little
pop of fruit.
Yes, so I'll put it on last resort.
Okay. You added these next three to the list. I don't typically see these on every Thanksgiving table, but mac and cheese.
I make it every year for our family.
Okay. Smash
all day. Like what are we talking about?
Doesn't matter what day it is.
But I make the good, like I get the good cheese, the good expensive cheese, and I bake it with a little crumbly.
Gotta bake it.
Little crumbly top.
Yeah. Honestly, Kraft mac and cheese I'm putting in smash, but that I'm really smashing.
My family might kill me if I showed up. here's craft, guys. Yeah. Enjoy.
Sorry, my oven broke.
But I make the good stuff, and so it's smash for me.
Awesome. Also, another one that we don't typically have, but I would love, broccoli and cheese casserole.
My sister makes it every year for us, and she's got this recipe. That girl, I mean, some people will be like, oh, broccoli casserole? No, this shit is good.
Yeah?
So I'm going to pass that over to me.
I would probably do that too. If I saw it and it looked good, I'd be like, pass that. Yeah. Before it's gone, or I get like the weird corner.
It's good. The one my sister makes is real good.
And then another casserole, corn casserole.
Again, it's something my mom makes.
Yeah. What would you compare it to? Because I can't picture like what else is in it. Is it like a cream corn
kind of vibe? It's a no from me, so I'm going to put it in trash. Oh. I don't like corn.
Did you hear that, Mom?
Mom,
I will put it in pass.
She makes it. She only makes it every year because me and sis both don't like it. From my father.
Okay, well,
my dear father.
Mom, you can pass it.
If she didn't make it, my dad might throw a cow. Have a cow. Throw a cow. Have a cow.
Throw a fit and have a cow.
He might throw a cow.
Can I please get a steak for my Thanksgiving dinner? Okay, I saved. We're not to dessert yet.
You haven't gone to
one of my favorites is the buttery flaky rolls.
Any kind of roll. Robin?
Do you know what I'm talking about, though? The kind that's like the layers are like side to side?
I know exactly what you're talking
it's the best.
It does not matter what type of roll. Mm-hmm. I'm eating 12, and I'm not kidding.
I'm heating mine up, though.
My family...
Nice and warm.
Are they not warm when they...
If they're not.
Okay.
If they've been sitting out for a while, I'm going to the microwave.
My family just knows me as the roll queen. This has been my life. Yeah. My whole life is just I eat a lot of rolls. Mm-hmm. And so they have to buy extra rolls every Thanksgiving because I'm going to eat 12.
I'm going to eat them. Oh, you know what kind my mom always gets? Sister Schubert.
I don't know what...
In the pan?
Is it the metal pan?
Yep.
The little...
And they're all stuck together.
Oh my God, that's what we get.
Yes, and I just butter.
Oh, and I get... Literally, I start off like... I try to resist at first.
Yeah.
I get like 3 on my plate.
LOL.
Yeah. And then...
They're so tiny.
I'm dipping them in my mashed potatoes and gravy.
You're like, am I just eating because I'm bored?
Yes. I'm a roll gal. That is smash.
Smashy smash.
Yes.
Okay. I put both of the pies on here because I feel very strongly about which one is the superior
tell me
pie.
About that.
So the superior pie is pecan pie.
Love pecan pie.
And if it's homemade...
The best.
With some either hand whipped cream or like a really good ice cream. Oh. Cool Whip, yes, of course. But if I get some fresh whipped cream that you just mixed up in your mixing bowl.
Oh, y'all fancy.
Woo.
But I guess we have Thanksgiving at the deer lease most years. Yeah. There's not a lot you can do in that kitchen, let me tell y'all.
But sometimes pecan pie can be too like sticky sweet, but if it's a good one, so good.
Okay, so in our family, we fight over the dessert situation because what I like, Kelsey doesn't, my sister doesn't like we argue about, because like I love pecan pie, I love pumpkin pie. She's not really about it.
I'm okay with pumpkin pie.
But she's been into baking lately these last couple years, so she always makes us something real nice that's outside of the traditional. Yeah. I think she's making like salted caramel cake. Ooh, yeah. It's going to be so good.
See, if you add like a twist to a pumpkin pie, like a salted caramel crunch, pumpkin whatever, pumpkin spice, whatever. Yeah. Or like I had these churro ice cream cone things yesterday that I thought, if this had a pumpkin twist on it, it'd be really good. Yeah. But sometimes pumpkin is just pumpkin. Yeah. Yuck-a-puck.
Yeah, I like it. I would say pecan pie is superior over it. So I will smash pecan pie.
I'm going to put it and pass it to me because sometimes I just don't even need dessert. Like, unless I said... unless it's like that really good one, I'll probably have a couple bites and then I'll hand it off to someone. But after lunch, like maybe a few hours later, smash. But with lunch... Pass it to me, maybe.
Me and Dad are both people that there's always room for dessert.
Nice. Love that.
Yep.
And then pumpkin pie, I'm going to say last resort.
I'm going to say pass it to me because I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
All right. And I think that's it.
We covered them all.
Yeah. If we missed something, y'all let us know in the comments and we'll see if we can get an honorable mention on it. But I think we covered them all. For the most part. Sorry if there's something that your family always makes that we left off the list. Yeah. This is just our, run of the mill, boring people kind of
boring people.
we don't really like experiment that much on Thanksgiving. So there you go, traditional Thanksgiving.
Can't wait to eat it all. By the time y'all hear this, I will have eaten it all.
I'm actually quite hungry right now.
How many rolls do I think I'm gonna eat this year?
We're over under on 10 rolls for Kaley.
For real.
All right, let's take it to our Rex.
To the Rex. Okay, Robin, my Rec is Mexican martinis.
Ooh, hot take. You heard it here first.
I love them, and I've been making them at home lately.
Yeah.
And I will say, sometimes, unless I've had them before at that particular restaurant, I'm hesitant to order them because people make them differently. Like,
they're hit or miss.
Yeah, some people add like a bunch of orange juice in there.
No.
And I'm like, no, that ain't it for me.
No,
Let me just
plenty of olive juice.
let me give y'all my recipe that I'm making at home. And I eyeball everything. I'm not a measure the shots because your girl just, one shot of vodka, boom, boom, boom. One shot of tequila. Well, have you seen that video?
No.
It's like one shot of vodka and it's like, go, 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 go. One shot of tequila, go, 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 go in mine. And then a lot of olive juice. And I have little martini glass and I put 2 olives in the bottom of it before I pour it over because I love me some olives.
Me too.
Garlic stuffed are my favorite.
Yum.
Olive juice, lime, like fresh lime, squeezed fresh lime. A little bit of like a margarita mix. There's this one that I get from the store that I really like. It's like a lighter one.
Yeah.
I just do
some of them are garbage.
Yeah, this one I found one I like. It might be Zing Zang.
Zing Zang's a classic. Yeah. Can't go wrong with a Zing Zang margarita mix or Bloody Mary mix.
I love the Bloody Mary mix. So just a little bit of that. And then I think that's...
A little agave?
I don't ever do agave.
Simple. Okay.
No, I don't like mine sweet. I like mine more on the tart side. Yeah. And then I got my little shaker. I shake it up and then I do a little like beer salt on the top.
Yum.
Like in the drink on the top.
Yum.
Like lime beer salt.
That sounds great.
Woo! I've been making them lately.
That sounds delicious.
So good. So that's my
If my fridge wasn't broken right now, I would say we could make one after this.
Whip us up one. Yeah, and that's my rec.
Love it. I would recommend my new fridge because it's amazing. I'll show you after this, but I don't have it yet, so I can't recommend it.
Okay.
But aesthetics, 10 out of 10.
Can't wait.
My recs are putting up your Christmas tree and your Christmas lights and your Christmas decorations. And I don't care if it's not December yet. Thanksgiving has passed. Do it right now. If you're wondering if you should do it this weekend or next, do it now. I'm not going to lie. I did mine last weekend.
I don't think that's too early. In my brain, if you're doing it in November. Now, if you do it in October, I think that might be a little early, but to each their own.
Even before Thanksgiving's a little early, but we, just had a lazy Saturday. Well, we haven't done the lights outside, but we did the tree.
I love that.
Yeah. Did you see my Harry Potter when you walked in?
Yes, I did. I don't decorate because I live alone. Yeah. I should do it. I've been thinking about, should I just get a little Christmas tree for myself?
Yeah, the Black Friday deals right now are really good.
I need to just do it.
Yeah. We'll go look at some after this.
But I will say again, I love when people decorate.
Just makes you feel good.
Wait,
did I talk about this already?
Yeah, we talked about it for Halloween decorations.
Oh, right.
But not for Christmas.
Yeah. Put them up.
But like my neighbor next to me, decked out. They've got fake reindeer like walking up to their front door.
It just makes you feel good. Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
It makes you feel good. You put on the music while you're doing it.
I love it.
We dug out the menorahs because not menorahs plural, but one because Hanukkah starts on December 8th. So I gotta think about that. So a little Christmas-a.
Y'all do both. Yeah,
a little Christmas-a around here.
I was gonna say, you were talking about putting on the Christmas music. So growing up, it was like a thing in our house. We would put on the Christmas music.
Yep.
Drink hot chocolate. And now let me say this, because this is pretty interesting. My sister, my darling sister, got to stay inside in the warm house with the heater and the Christmas music and put up the Christmas tree and all the ornaments with Mom. Where was I? Oh, I don't know. Climbing a ladder to the roof with Dad, hanging up the Christmas
older
lights.
Sister, that's your job.
Yep. Older sister was outside. And then me and my dad, he'll hear this and this will make him laugh so hard. We would be like, oh, darn, we don't have enough lights or we don't have enough clips. We've got to go to the store.
Oh, no.
And we would go to Buffalo Wild Wings and get like a beer.
That's
just
so funny.
to take a break and not have to work outside. We're like, let's go get a drink.
I love that for you.
And some clips.
I love that
But we would tell my mom, we ran out. And she eventually caught on. Yeah. And knew what we were going to do. Every year.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
One more rec to go with that Christmas music. There are some playlists out there on Spotify called Christmas Trap Music.
Ooh.
If you want to listen to Christmas music, but switch it up from the traditional and also pumps you up. Yeah. The one that's You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. The trap remix is great. So if you want to listen to Christmas music, but you also want to feel pumped up, search for Christmas Trap Music on Spotify.
I'm going to be checking that out.
Yep. All right. Well, that was a big one, but that is it for episode 11. Thank you, everyone, for listening and watching.
Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Hope y'all had a great Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Please comment. Please follow.
Please like us.
Please.
On all the things, y'all. On all the things.
Yep. And that's it. Till next week. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, guys.
Bye.